the co-host.
Okay.
Nitai Prabhu, can you make Mataji as a host, as co-host, please?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, we will be able
Mataji,
to
you
share
can try now.
Yeah, Prabhu, just let me try. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Is it okay, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, we can see the screen.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So, Hare Krishna to all the devotees assembled here. We welcome you all for the CC session today. And we will be seeing today chapter 24, which we were discussing last week, the continuation of this chapter from Madhya Leela, verse 71 to 280. It looks like a very long, like a lot of verses, but of course, the essence we are going to see today. There is a very interesting pastime, probably we would have heard before, but still a powerful lesson for us to take away. And also some exciting announcements for us at the end. So we request everyone to be there, present, to hear glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let us see. Okay, let's move on to the next. Okay, this is a verse we will read today. 2471. Yeah. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Reading from Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 24, text 71. Brahma sabderartha tattva sarva brahatma swarupa ishvarya kari nahi anrasama. Brahma Shabderata Tattva Sarva Bratama Swarupa Ishvarya Kari Nahi Anrasama. Brahma Shabderata Tattva Sarva Brahatama Swarupa Aishvarya Kari Nahi Anrasama. Who would like to repeat this verse? Very auspicious to repeat the words of Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami.
Can I do, Mataji?
Yes, please, Mataji.
Brahma Sabderata Tattva Sarva Brahmatma Swarupa Ishwaryakari Nahi Andrasama Hari.
Jai. Jai, wonderful. Wonderful, thank you. Who else?
Mataji, can I try?
Yes, please. We all are trying. I am not a Bengali learned person, but it is very, very auspicious. When any glories about the Lord, doesn't matter how we pronounce, but making a sincere effort to please the Lord is the real criteria. So, nothing to hesitate. Yes, go ahead, please.
Brahma Sabdera Artha Tattva Sarva Brahmatma Swarupa Aishwarya Kari Nahi Andra Sama.
Jai, very nice, Mataji. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
One more.
I can try it, Mataji.
Yes, please.
Brahma Sabdera Artha Tattva Sarva Brahmatmama Sarva Rupa Aishwarya Kari Nahi Yantra Sama.
Very cool. Thank you, Mataji. So if we keep trying, we will be better and better. So that's the hope. And any effort we make to please the Lord is very pleasing to Him. Just like a kid, when is trying to call the name of the parents, makes a lot of mistakes, but yet the parents feel so happy, isn't it? So the mood of the Lord is like that. But at the same time, we also see that how best we can also glorify and recite. So when we make that sincere effort and with the intention to please the Lord, then, that is very pleasing to him. Okay, so Brahma, Shabdera Artha, the meaning of the word, Tattva, the truth, Sarva Brihattama, the summum bonum among relative truths, Swarupa, the original identity, Aishwarya, opulence, Kari, accepting, Nahi, not, Yandra, whose sama, equal. The word Brahma indicates the summum bonum, the absolute truth, which is greater than all other truths. It is the original identity, and there can be nothing equal to that absolute truth. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The word Brahma indicates the summum bonum, the absolute truth, which is greater than all other truths. It is the original identity, and there can be nothing equal to that absolute truth. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karodi Vachalam Bhangum Langayate Girimet Kripatamaham Mande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishvaram Namam Vishwapadaya Krishna Presaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitanamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Doravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vancha kalpadarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, the word Brahma and Atma indicates the absolute truth. We saw in this verse. So the word Brahma. So sometimes we know that Brahma means Lord Brahmaji. But sometimes the word Brahma also indicates the absolute truth. Just like we are discussing this Atma Rama verse, basically we see that this verse has been seen in different angles. And Mahaprabhu is giving a lot of meanings, out of this one same verse. Because each word in Sanskrit, it has different meanings at various contexts. So we see here Atma means not only, we know Atma means soul, Atma means body, Atma here also means absolute truth, Krishna. And the word Brahma indicates summum bonum, absolute truth, original identity, unequal soul of all. It's the characteristics of the absolute truth, the supreme personality of Godhead. One without a second, and ultimately Lord Krishna. So this is from Vishnu Purana, the characteristics of the Lord. And the word Atma indicates the highest truth, Krishna, the all-pervasive witness and original source of all, the supreme form and super soul of everything. So Atma also means highest truth, Krishna. It is mentioned that there are 3 ways of attaining the absolute truth, Krishna. So if someone wants to, achieve the shelter, achieve the lotus feet of Krishna, there are various paths, but the main 3 paths mentioned, as we know, are Jnana, Yoga, and Bhakti. So, so what does a person in the path of Jnana do? So a person in the path of Jnana, what does he do is, he gets into this philosophical speculation. Okay, this Purana speaks like this. Okay, what is the conclusion of it? Okay, let me see the other one. What is it is talking about it? What does it say about the absolute truth? It's like a lot of confusions. And, so in that way, it's a lot of confusion happening there. And then, and finally, the goal or the understanding of a person in the path of Jnana is that he sees, he understands that the absolute truth is impersonal Brahman. That means the Lord has no form. Okay, some energy is there, some light is there, some power is there. Some people have this idea. So their understanding of absolute truth is something very powerful above us, and they keep speculating, about the supreme absolute truth. Okay, person in the path of yoga, what does he do? He practices the mystic yoga, which has got 8 limbs, like do's, don'ts, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyana, dharana, samadhi, like that. They have 8 limbs. They're called Ashtanga, 8 limbs. Ashtanga yoga, or also called mystic yoga. And what is their understanding is that their understanding of absolute truth is super soul, who is situated in everyone's heart, also called Antaryami. So that is the goal. So a jnani also, we see he meditates on the impersonal feature of the Lord. A yogi meditates on the Paramatma feature of the Lord. And what does a person in the path of bhakti do, or a bhakta do? He follows the practice of devotional service. So in the practice of devotional service also, in the beginning stage, we see that it is not spontaneous, it is by rules and regulations. That is called Vaidhi Bhakti. Just like, children, in the initial stage when they have to go to school, they don't like to go to school, but the parents have to keep telling them, oh, it's good for you, you go. Okay, they don't like, still they get up and then, they get ready and go. But the same child, when it becomes an adult, and then understands, so yeah, this is for my good, I need to come up in the career, or naturally he does it. No one has to push him. So similarly, we see that in the Vaidhi Bhakti also, in the beginning, because we do not have a taste, we need to follow the rules and regulation. Okay, I have to chant 3 rounds. Okay, I have to do this. I have to read the scriptures. I have to give some time for this and that. And it has to, someone has to keep reminding, or, he needs some reminders. But when he keeps doing it, when the heart gets purified, he comes to the platform of spontaneous bhakti, which is called as a raga bhakti. And there we see that it just, he waits for the moment, to perform all the devotion service. When is Mangalarti will come, can't just wait for it, and then wakes up, and then he enjoys and he relishes every practice of devotion service. So that is the practice of Bhakti Yoga. And what is goal, or what is that a person in the path of Bhakti Yoga's understanding of absolute truth? He sees a personal form of the Lord. He understands Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead, with his transcendental features. That is the understanding of the person in the Bhakti Yoga. So these are the broader categories. So which category we fall under, we need to see that. Sometimes we may think we may be following the path of Bhakti Yoga, but when we see subtly, we are actually inclined to the other practices of other understanding. So then we can understand that subtly we have all these things, and then how we can actually purify ourselves and go forward. Because only Krishna also says, only a bhakti yogi can understand him. Bhaktyamam abhijanati. So Krishna says that only a bhakta, he actually manifests himself. No one else. He's a Bhakta Vatsala, not a Jnana Vatsala, Yoga Vatsala. No, he's not a Yogi Vatsala, not a Jnani Vatsala. He's a Bhakta Vatsala. So the practice of Bhakti is given that importance, because Bhakti, the Lord is conquered by Bhakti. So that is the thing we can see here. So how we need to also analyze ourselves, that we may practice this path of Bhakti, but are we, kind of subtly having all these other things coming and disturbing us? If that is so, we need to be vigilant and also take help, so that we can truly practice the path of Bhakti Yoga and attain the absolute truth. Okay, so so we see here glories of devotional service and different categories of devotees. 3 kinds of devotees intelligently engage in bhakti. Who is that? akama, moksha kama, sarva kama. Three kinds of people are actually engaged in bhakti. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udarati. Tivrena bhakti yogena. There is a verse in that we see that whether a person is with full kama, kama means what? Desire. Sarva kama means all desires. He's practicing the path of bhakti yoga, but he has got all desires. I want this, I want that, I want this. Now I want to fulfill this. It could be material desire, it could be spiritual desire, all kind of desire. Especially you see sarva kama or karmi is desiring material perfection. Okay, I need to have a good job, I need to have a good education, I need to have this. I want to be very happy. So that is basic thing. But that's fine. That's fine. And still, there are also devotees, but still, you see, categories. And moksha kama means a person who is actually want of liberation. Okay, enough of suffering in this material world. What is the point? Not just trying to be peaceful and happy in this material world. Let me actually think something high, not just of this world, but what is going to happen after that. So he is called a moksha kami. He is deciding liberation. And there is a bhakta who is akama, who is free from all the material desires. He knows that what is the point both, because I am taking shelter of the Lord, and the real purpose of my life is, to awaken my dormant love for him. All other things are temporary. What is the point? And when I truly take shelter of the Lord, I don't have to be worried for anything else, because Krishna, he fully takes care. He is fully confident of this verse. Ananya chintayanto mam ejana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Whatever you have, I preserve, and whatever you need, I provide. So Krishna, so they are fully confident of Krishna's mercy, and they are not behind any of the material desires. So they are akamis, or the bhaktas. So these are the different categories of devotees also. So someone may start with the sarvakami, and then when they actually, their heart gets purified, slowly one comes. But doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if any one of them takes shelter of Krishna, then Krishna purifies them, and then they can actually progress in the path of devotional service. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. We see that Dhruva Maharaj, in the very beginning, we see in his life, actually he went to forest to look for God. For what? Is it for attaining liberation? Is it for attaining the lotus feet of Krishna? No. It is to get a kingdom greater than his, greater than Brahma. That is what his desire all about, because he was very much hurt by his father's, attitude, and also, how his stepmother treated him. So he was very angry and he was very upset. So he went into that mood. So basically it is actually looking for a prophet. But what happened to Dhruva Maharaj? Great devotee. By the mercy of Narada Muni, that is the power of the path of Bhakti Yoga. It purifies us, especially when in contact with association of devotees. So Bhakti is independent. It is not dependent on anything. Unless associated with Bhakti, the other process of self-realization cannot yield result. Like the nipples on the neck of a goat. The nipples on the neck of a goat cannot give milk, right? But it looks like, same as, the one which gives milk, that which gives milk, but it's not. Therefore, intelligent person adapts only Bhakti, giving them up. So, Bhakti is not dependent on Jnana and Yoga or anything. Because it says that if someone develops Bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya are byproducts. They don't have to look for Jnana. Jnana comes with a folded hands. Oh, I am at your doorstep. Please accept me. Please consider me. That is the power of Bhakti. For one who has Bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya comes automatically to their doorsteps. But whereas the case of Jnana, or the person path of yoga can't, function without, Bhakti. So that is why bhakti is independent. It's not dependent on others. Whereas the other processes, unless the bhakti is connected, the purification is like very difficult, So we see the glories of bhakti yoga, how bhakti is very powerful and can actually give us the ultimate goal of life. That's why intelligent persons adapts only bhakti giving them up, because we know it is like, there is a 100-story building and you have been given two options. You have a staircase, to climb up to go there, and you have an elevator. You have the lift. An intelligent person will opt for something which is quick, and also is, you reach the same goal without any problem. So intelligent person, Sumedha, he will take up to the process of bhakti. That's why this process of Sankirtan is also taken. Ignite Sankirtane prior yajantihi Sumedhasaha. So only the intelligent persons take to the Sankirtan movement, because they know what it would do. So we see here 4 kinds of people come to bhakti, as Krishna says in the Gita also. Who are the people? Artha, Arthati, Jignasu, and Jnani. These are the 4 people who come to Krishna. The distressed, who is Artha, who is in a distressed condition. Someone who is very going through sufferings. So they immediately think, okay, now I need to take shelter of the Lord. At least my miseries will go. So for that reason, he comes to the Lord. And someone who is want of wealth, who wants to improve his economic condition, Tarti. So he takes to the path of bhakti. And the inquisitive, what is this process talking about? I'm just quite, eager to know what is it all about. Inquisitiveness. And the knowledge seekers, the jnani. Okay, I really want to know how this can help me from the cycle of birth and death. So these are the 4 kinds of people who actually come to Krishna. And when you read Bhagavad Gita, I think it's 7 point. Anyone remembers the verse number? Artha, Arthati, Jignasu, Jnani. I forgot. It is 7th chapter, I think 16, 7.16. So if you read this, Srila Prabhupada gives a very beautiful and elaborate purport for this verse. Okay. We see that sadhu sangha and dussanga, good association and bad association. What happens if one takes up good association? What happens if one takes to non-devotee association or a bad association? So by good association and mercy of Krishna and his devotees, what happens? One gives up material desires. We will be seeing the story soon. So I'm just quickly running through so that we can come to that story, which can actually give us all the wonderful lessons. Okay, what happens in a good association? What happens in a good association? That he's giving up, he gives up material desires, and he gives up unwanted association, and is elevated to pure devotion service, Shuddha Bhakti. So 3 things are happening here as per Srimad Bhagavatam. What is that? Giving up material desire, whatever material desires which are not going to be good. That's why I said the example of Dhruva Maharaj. So Dhruva Maharaj, he got the association of Narada Muni. He gave up that material desire of accumulating, I need to get a kingdom, that was his goal, greater than, even Lord Brahma. So that desire he gave up. And what did he say? I was looking for a broken piece of glass, but I got a rare jewel. When he saw darshan of Vishnu, this is what he said. And gives up unwanted association. So basically one gives up unwanted association because their desires are purified now, and so they give up the unwanted association and is elevated to pure devotion service. So that is what happens to a person who is in sadhu sangha. And we see here, bad association, what happens? bad association, one cheats oneself. Cheating others, kaitava. Desiring things other than Krishna's service, desiring for liberation is the foremost cheating. That means here desire for liberation means I want to be one with God. That is one of the mukti, the Sayujya mukti. So that is like a spiritual suicide. It is considered as, because so that is considered as a spiritual suicide. And see, well, that's what happens with the bad association. They are cheating themselves, because bad association creates, it pulls one, more down and down. And then he completely lost in the cycle of birth, death, old age and disease. See, we see the very good example of Karna. Karna was such an charitable person. When it comes to the question, when it comes to the topic of charity, one of the top list person is Karna. In fact, there was a time, Karna, he has never actually said no for anyone who is approached him for charity. So one time Karna was actually, he applied oil all over his body, and he was actually holding a cup of oil, in his right hand. And he was applying the oil all over his body. So that time, one Brahmana, he got a message that one Brahmana has come to beg charity. So then Karna said, please send him. So that Brahmana came, and then Karna gave charity. He gave that, actually it was, he was holding in his left hand, it was silver pot, silver cup. And he was taking and he was applying all over his body. So he was holding it on his left hand. And he gave that, silver bowl from his left hand, to the Brahmana as a charity. So the Brahmana was happy, but he was pointing one important thing. The Karna, you know the etiquette of giving charity. You are such a, a person who is noted among the charitable persons. And you know how to give charity, whom to give charity. But today, I'm seeing you are giving charity from your left hand. That is actually considered, if you give something from a left hand, it is considered like not, respecting the other person. And you are giving from a left hand, it is not a right etiquette. So and Karna gave a very wonderful answer. Karna said, yes, I'm sorry for that, but there is a reason why I gave from the left hand. And he said that, the mind is very fickle. It is restless. It can change any moment. Today, this moment, it may like to give something. The next moment, the mind may say, don't give. So I was thinking, I'm holding this in my left hand. By the time I change it to the right hand, if in case my mind changes and I don't give you, I don't want to commit that mistake. That is the reason I gave the charity from the left hand itself. And the Brahmana was convinced. So, see, this is the glory of Karna. He was such a very charitable person, very empathetic, very kind, and very, compassionate to others. But what happened to the Karna? The association of Dushsanga, bad association of Duryodhana, got so corrupted that he was the one who was mocking Draupadi, in the royal assembly. And he was the one who actually even though he knew all these etiquettes, he was the one who was one of the main causes for Abhimanyu's death. Abhimanyu was not even a major, was not even 18 years old. And they did not follow any of the etiquettes, to be followed in the battlefield. And it was Karna. who was actually inspiring everyone to kill him. So we see one side you are so compassionate, from left side to right side you are thinking so much, to give charity, but the other side, where is that intelligence gone? Where is that soft-heartedness gone? Because of bad association. See the power of bad association. A very good-hearted person became completely evil, completely hard-hearted. It's like in Maya apahrita jnana, the intelligence is stolen by illusion. Here intelligence is stolen by this bad association completely. So this is what happens. Bad association can just take away all our good attitude, behavior, qualities, everything it will take away. It will steal everything. That's the power of bad association. We won't even realize. We will realize only after everything is stolen. Oh my God, I've lost everything. So we have to be so careful. In scriptures throughout, we see the power of bad association. Many good people, just because of bad association, their lives are gone completely different. Karna is a very vivid example. So this is what happens. So they are not only cheating themselves, they're cheating others. Basically, they're lost. They lost a valuable opportunity. So Krishna's mercy on Sakama Bhattas. He gives shelter of his lotus feet, covers their undesirable ambitions. Even for people who are Sakama. Sakama means who have all the Kama, who have all the desire. Doesn't matter. That's what I was saying. Whether one has no desire, whether one has all desire, whether one have desire to just attain liberation, whatever it may be. But the scriptures say that just come to the lotus feet of Krishna. Don't worry. You have don't think that, oh, I have all desires, how can I come to Krishna? Don't worry. Whether we have desire, no desire, we have qualification, no qualification, we are full of bad qualities, or we are full of good qualities, whatever it may be, doesn't matter. Just taking shelter of lotus feet of Krishna is sufficient enough. And the Lord will do all the needful. We don't have to worry. So that is the power of coming and taking shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. So this is a story we see in scriptures, very detailed, mentioned. And the glory of Sadhu Sangha, the story of Narada Muni and the Mrigari, right? So Narada Muni, as we know, is a celestial personality. Narada Muni can actually travel from one planet to another planet without, a space craft. He has a special body. He can move around everywhere. A transcendental body from this planet to another planet. So Narada Muni is visiting Lord, is going to take darshan of Lord Narayana in Vaikuntha. And after taking darshan of Lord Narayana, he is coming down to the material world. He is going to Prayaga, the confluence of Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati. So in Triveni, he is coming down at the confluence of the three rivers. And then after that, he's walking through a forest way. And there he saw, the very first animal he saw was a deer. And this deer was pierced by an arrow and was half dead lying there. And it had a broken leg and was actually, crying, or it was suffering from so much pain. Then Narada Muni was moving forward, and then he saw a boar. The boar was also pierced by an arrow, and that boar also had a broken leg and was also suffering from pain. And then, Narada Muni moved further, into the forest, and he saw a rabbit, and the rabbit was also in the same condition. So like that, when he was going further, then he saw a hunter behind a tree, and he was having so many arrows. And you can see in this picture also, the hunter is, piercing arrows. And then Narada Muni went close, to this hunter, Yeah, we will see that later. So he went to the hunter and then he said that, I could see this animals. You have killed all of them. I mean, is this animals belong to you? I mean, you kill these animals? And he said that, yes, actually it is my, my grandfather, my father, they have taught me, how to kill animals. And this is what I've been doing it, for my survival. And, when I kill animals, half dead, I feel very, very happy. When they are actually suffering in pain, I feel great pleasure. So then, Narada Muni said, okay, you kill animals. Of course, by taking the life of the animals, you actually take some sin. But when you are actually giving so much pain by killing them half dead and half alive, that actually causes you greater sin. Either you should completely kill them, but killing them half, actually going to give you more sin. This is what in the scriptures also said. And then Narada Muni said, these animals whom you have killed and half killed, they are going to come in your next life, and then they are going to put you in great suffering. So that is why Mamsaha, today I am killing you, but tomorrow you can kill me. That is the thing. So what happens is that here, so then the Mrigari was like, the Mrigari was listening, was hearing all this. And then he was saying that, but what to do? This is my livelihood. And this is what I've been doing from my childhood. I never knew that it is going to cause sin, And then he realized, and then he asked Narada Muni, okay, what can I do at this point of time? Because I have killed so many animals. And then, so what can I do? How can I be relieved of all the sins? Then Narada Muni said that, okay, you throw your bow and arrow, and then you come to me. Then I will tell you how you can be saved from all the sinful reactions. So then the Mrigari said, how can I throw bow and arrow? Because if I throw, then how will I maintain my family? Then, so this is what, a spiritual master, if you want to come to the lotus feet of a spiritual master, one has to take up those regulative principles. So then what happened? He threw the bow and arrow, and then he came and surrendered at the feet of Narada Muni. So Narada Muni gave instructions, and Narada Muni said, you do not worry. You will be maintained. Because Narada Muni knows that Krishna is our actual maintainer of all the living entities. Many times we think that, someone is maintaining me or something is maintaining me. Maybe my work is maintaining me. Maybe, my family is maintaining. Yes, yeah, true in some sense, but true sense, it is actually Krishna is maintaining us. That is the truth. All the living entities are maintained by Krishna. That is the truth. Because, all the others who are actually maintaining us, they are all instruments. By the mercy of Krishna, all these personalities have come up in our life. They have come in our life, or we have been provided some arrangements whereby we are able to, maintain our families. But it is only ultimately the mercy of the Lord. So the pure devotees are aware of this fact. That is why they are fearless, because they know that Krishna provides. Moktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram sugridam sarvabhutanam nyatva shantim richati. Krishna is a supreme enjoyer, is a supreme controller, and also sugridam sarvabhutanam is a maintainer. Sugridam is a friend, the well-wisher of all living entities. And Srila Prabhupada mentions that if someone knows this, then he will be completely peaceful. This is a peace formula. If he wants to be very peaceful, But if we know that there is an ultimate controller, we are the controllers. We are not the enjoyers. And Krishna is the ultimate friend of everyone, the well-wisher. And then there is no fear at all. There is no greater anxiety, because we will take full shelter of Krishna and we'll be fully dependent on the Lord. And one can be blissful. So without peace, first we have to come to the level of peace. If someone is not peaceful, there is a question of happiness. Ashantasya kuta shukam. If someone is not shanta, and he is ashanta, that means he is not peaceful, kuta sukam, how he will be happy? So if someone is peaceful, then the next stage is he will be happy. But if someone is not peaceful only, then that is a question of happiness. And how we can become peaceful? That is what this peace formula. If we understand this truth of Bhoktaram Yagna Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram Sugridam Sarva Bhutanam Nyatvam Shantim Richati. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, is the supreme controller, and is the well-wisher of all living entities. So if we truly understand this, then we can be peaceful, and then naturally we'll become very happy, fearless. So this is the formula, peace formula. So here, see that Narada Muni is giving this powerful instruction to Mrigari, and Mrigari took it to heart, by the association of Narada Muni. And then, what happened? Narada Muni instructed him that you give up your current place, you go near to this river and, make a cottage, live there, keep a tulsi plant, circumambulate the tulsi plant every day. This also, this story tells us the importance of circumambulating tulsi, how important. Tulsi Devi is bhakti. She bestows bhakti to the living entities. So when we pray to her very sincerely, then she awards devotional service. So circumambulating tulsi 4 times, actually it is mentioned that even great sin of killing a Brahmana, Brahmana Hatya, even that sin will be washed away. But that is not a license for one to commit sin and then go around Tulsi Devi. It is just for all unintentional, whatever we have done before. If we sincerely go around Tulsi 4 times, circumambulate her, and then we see that we can be relieved from all those simple reactions. So Narada Muni instructed Mrigari that, you built a cottage and you keep a Tulsi plant, circumambulate, you and your wife circumambulate the Tulsi plant and chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the holy name. So we know the story, we know the point also that Mrigari was not able to chant Rama, right? He was not even able to chant the name Rama. Because, when someone commits a lot of sinful things, then what happens is that he won't be able to even recite the Lord's name. It won't even come. Rama, only 2 syllables. But Mrigari found it very, very difficult to chant because of his sinful reactions. And he was stuck. But Narada Muni, being a very compassionate, saint, the saintly people are very compassionate. They didn't give up, okay, he can't go, he can't do it. Okay, I'm going to the next person. No, not like that. They are true well-wishers. Just like the Lord is a true well-wisher, the representatives of the Lord are also truly well-wishing friends. That is why the spiritual masters, the great Vaishnavas, the pure devotees, they are so much determined. Even the other person is not interested. Mrigari was not very interested, but they are so determined. How can I actually elevate this person? How can I actually help this person? That is the heart of a sadhu, because a sadhu is someone who is para dukha dukhi, seeing the distress condition of the other person. He feels very much pained. Oh, Narada Muni's mood was, oh, this Mrigari is committing so many sinful reactions. What is going to happen to him? I need to do something to relieve him from this pain. So that is why he was so determined that somehow or other I have to make him chant. Like Srila Prabhupada said, we say to people, chant, 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 and they say, can't. So that's what is happening in the age of Kali. But still, devotees don't give it up. Even someone says can't. Somehow, make them chant. And that's what, Narada Muni did. He said, okay, you can't say Rama, right? No problem. And what did he do? Okay, what do Mrigari can chant? Mrigari can only chant kill, right? So that is, he said that, okay, Mara. So Mara, repeatedly you see it is Rama. So that is why preaching or, teaching Krishna consciousness, not a stereotype. Oh, this is the way you have to do it. According to time, place, and circumstances, we want to help a person. Our mood and intention is somehow help the other person. So sometimes it may not be given in the same way what we give to another person. It may be, different from one to other. But somehow our intention is that to help the other person. There is no other motive. Then we see Krishna himself gives intelligence how to do it. When we have the pure intention of helping someone, Krishna gives intelligence from within. And then we see here, Narada Muni, he said Brigari to chant Rama, Mara, and so in that way he was chanting. So then he gave all the instructions and then he left the place. Then after some time, Narada Muni, along with another great saintly personality called Parvata Muni, both of them, they thought, okay, let's go and see how the Mrigari is doing now. He was killing and now he has transformed. Okay, how he's keeping, let's go and see what is he doing. So when they went back and, the Mrigari was now changed, he saw from a distance, Narada Muni and Parvata Muni. And then he was in great jubilation. And he was just trying to, he was running, to come and, follow the feet of Narada Muni. But he was not able to do because there were so many ants on the path. So he was kind of, trying to, run in a different way. And to zigzag, he was running and coming. Then he fell at the feet of Narada Muni. And then Narada Muni asked, why you did so like this? He said that there are so many ants on the path and I don't want to hurt them. Just imagine someone who was killing, the deers, the boars, the rabbits, all these animals, half dead, half alive. Now thinking, even a very small ant, you don't want to hurt. That's the transformation he got by the association of Narada Muni, the association of pure devotees, sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha, sarva sastra kare. Lava matra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. Even a momentary association of a pure devotee can transform one's life. One can attain all perfection just by the momentary association of a sadhu, pure devotee. And this is what we see. See, we saw the example of a Karna, how he became by the bad association. We see here Mrigari, no education, no knowledge, no clue who God is, no even having civilized, ideas or life, nothing. But how his life got transformed, completely transformed. So this is the power of pure devotees. So that is why we also, this is a lesson, we see that how our life should be changed. So then what happened, by Narada Muni's mercy, how he was maintained was, people heard about, this Mrigari. Oh, this Mrigari, how he was killing animals. Now you see, he has become like a sadhu and everyone was coming and giving him all the, prasadam, whatever you wanted, so much of food was given to him and it was more than sufficient. 10-20 people can eat every day, like that, so much of supply, so that was the, so Narada Muni then asked, see here, how have you, what, do you have some income, for your maintenance? So he said, you are sending me everything. And in fact, I want to request you that you are sending, people who are actually giving me so much of food. I have to request you that you just send enough for 2 people. That should be, sufficient for me. That was the request they put. And here we see the power of the sadhus also. They are like touchstones. That's why we say Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya. Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So in that we see that Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyasya. So they are like desire trees. I offer my respectful obeisance to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desire trees who can fulfill the desires of everyone. And they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Like a desire tree. Anything we ask, we get it. And they are like touchstone. They can, the touchstone, we go and touch anything, it becomes gold, right? So we see that sadhus, they are like touchstone. If anyone comes in contact with the sadhu, they also turn, they also transform into a sadhu. That is the power of a sadhu. So that's why a devotee, a Vaishnava is known by how many devotees he made in his life. He has made during his life. That is a test of a Vaishnava. If someone has made so many devotees, certainly, he is a true Vaishnava. And that is a position of a Vaishnava. That's what is mentioned. The position of a Vaishnava can be tested by seeing how good a touchstone he is. How many Vaishnavas he has made during his life. Power. So just by Narada Muni's association. And the power of pure devotees. So in our life also, it's very important for us to check out what kind of association I need to take. Am I going to take bad association or good association? Because both are influential. One influences in a positive way, the other influences in a negative way. One enriches us with devotional qualities and wonderful, qualities of in our life. The other one steals all our even so-called good qualities, the bad association. So what we want, so we need to be intelligent, in choosing what we want. That's a power of association. Many more examples are there in the scriptures, So it's important for us to seek the correct association. Then automatically we see that they will be completely transformed. Just like this Mrigari's case, even without a great qualification. The only qualification he had was he got the association of Narada Muni. That's all. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we have got so much of association. We have the association of Srila Prabhupada through his books, through his Vani, and we have the association of many of his representatives and many Vaishnavas who are following the path of Krishna consciousness. So we are very, very fortunate, So it's up to us to take the decision to hold on, to take shelter of this wonderful association and depend on the mercy of the Lord and just follow with sincere mood. We see that our lives will be completely transformed. It will become better and better and better. That is a very important takeaway, we see in this. Many of us here can vouch for that, right? Our lives, how it is getting transformed by the association of devotees, how we were before and how much it has changed our life positively, spiritually, very uplifting and enlivening, right? So it's up to us. So it's very important to value all this association, what Srila Prabhupada has given. We are very, very grateful for Srila Prabhupada for all this mercy. Yes. So that's what is the message for today. And we would like to, also touch upon this quickly on this Purushottam month. We are almost, Purushottam month is coming to an end. In a way, it is sad because we have to wait another 3 years for the next Purushottam month. Still, it is mentioned that the Parama Ekadasi was on Friday. It is mentioned that after Parama Ekadasi, the 5 days, the last 5 days are very, very potent and very important. Just like in Kartik month, the last 5 days we call as Bhishma Panchaka, and people perform so many different varieties of, services and austerities to please the Supreme Lord. Similarly, the last 5 days are also called Pancharatri. If you read the glories of Parama Ekadasi, it is mentioned there. The last 5 days are called Pancharatri, and some people only take one time, of prasadam, or more japa, chanting, more number of Hare Krishna mantra, more devotional service, offering of lamps. All this, we can do in the last 5 days. So the last 5 days means Saturday, Sunday. That means 13, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So today, the Pancharatri, third day. So we have only 2 more days left. And also we like to thank all the devotees who joined on the Parama Ekadasi. I think that day 116 devotees joined for the morning japa. 116 devotees. It's really wonderful. We especially like to thank Varsana Kishori Mataji and Kalyani Mataji for inspiring all the devotees. Very nice to see 118 participants in the morning japa. And another 2 more days left for Purushottam month. We can intensify it. Please, those who joined already, please join. Who did not join, you still have 2 more days, to join and participate in the morning japa and get benefited. So that's another important thing which we would like to share. So it's very, very powerful. And the Purushottama month challenge also we mentioned. We will see the results maybe after the 2 days and next week. One was the morning japa, we said everyone to join, and the second one was 20 minutes of book reading, books on the basis. Very important. So I don't know how many of the devotees here could take up this challenge of book reading for 20 minutes, at least every day. That's something, those who have done it, great. You can write down your realizations probably in our next session. We would like to hear from you. Whoever managed to do at least minimum of 20 minutes in this Purushottam month, please share your realizations. That would be really inspiring. Of course, this month is very special, but we can always carry good things, good habits, not has to be just stopped for now. Yeah. So, so we can see even this last 3 days, so it is only 2 more days left. So let's, even whatever gone is gone, let's gear up for the next 2 days. Hope against hope, so that's a spirit. So we can try to read, we can try to get up early in the morning, do our japa, not just, if possible, whoever not 16 rounds, more rounds possible, more devotional service, so we can grab as much as possible in the next 2 days to do. That would be really nice. Charity is also considered very important. To charity, especially given to the Lord and to his devotees, are considered very auspicious. So we can try to do that. And a very important thing, because of the charity we are talking about, a very important charity. What is that? The charity of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhadra Purnima is coming very soon. I think it is in September, right? Let me read that message. So gifting a Bhagavatam on a Bhadra Purnima, scriptures, scriptures mentions that if someone is giving a gift of Bhagavatam on a Bhadra Purnima day, they won't take birth again in this material world. It is not just a word, it is a word of the Shastras. Shastra Praman, Shastras, they give a word, and that means it's very true. So if we have a copy, if we don't have a copy, it's better we have a copy for ourselves. We can give it to our own son, daughter, husband to wife. We can do that. Or every gentleman should have a copy of Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is what Srila Prabhupada's desire was. And also, if we already have a copy, then we can give it to our friends, colleagues, other family members. So I'll just read this one. The Bhagavatam cantos of Krishna's hymns. So, Bhagavatam is not just a book. Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. When Krishna left this material world, Bhagavatam came. So Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna, and every canto of Bhagavatam is compared to the different limbs of the Lord. Just like the first and second canto are compared to the lotus feet of the Lord. Like that, each cantos are compared to the different limbs of Krishna's transcendental body. It is a book incarnation of Lord Krishna. So just like we have, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita is all about Krishna's words. It is from Krishna. Krishna is giving instructions, whereas Srimad Bhagavatam is about Krishna. All the leelas, his wonderful qualities, his various pastimes, and so all that we can see in Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srimad Bhagavatam, it says, you can see here in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated, on the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, one places Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne and gives it as a gift. He will attain the supreme transcendental destination. Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, 13th chapter, 13th verse. So now there's a chance for, doing this. We can grab the opportunity, you can book it now, and then it will be delivered to you. So grab this mercy. 29th September 2023 is Bhadra Purnima. Bhagavatam sets, 18 volumes are there. Without throne, it's 175. With throne, 199. These are the languages at the moment available in UK, English, and Gujarati. Delivery in India, £100, all language available. You will also get PDF and companion guide. Special price to Shri Radha Lalaneshwar and Bhadra Purnima for your family. Let's take this wonderful opportunity to book Srimad Bhagavatam set today. Because you are booking today. Why? Because I tell you, this is Purushottam month. Purushottam month, giving charity is considered, even booking it, is considered very, very auspicious. And as I said, today, tomorrow, and day after. So today we are anyway there. So whoever wants to even pledge it can do that. You don't have to give immediately your Lakshmi. You can do it later also. But very, very auspicious to have Srimad Bhagavatam at home. And it is not just auspiciousness. What is not covered in Srimad Bhagavatam? Today, you see that younger generations have a lot of questions, right? About who is Supreme Lord, what is this, why we have to practice this. So many $1 million questions. Srimad Bhagavatam is a Vedic encyclopedia. It is a science, and it gives you clearly with proofs, all the wonderful, explanation for all these questions. It covers all kinds of science, whether it is astronomy, astrology, embryology, cosmology, everything is covered in Srimad Bhagavatam. So all sciences, art of living, art of dying, anger management, everything is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. We have the examples given there. And we can, through those examples, we can learn. Wow, so much to learn, so much to take away. So it is a book, it's a very important book to be kept in every home. So the whole family can get benefited. So this is one thing which I want to say. Anyone who likes to have Bhagavatam set, if you are inspired, if you want to, on today itself, you want to kind of pledge it, of course, you can raise your hand or you can put it in the chat box, or you can later also commit, whatever. But it would be very nice because it's Purushottam month. very auspicious. Try to do it this month itself. That will be very nice. And then later you can get the book and keep it with yourself. On the day of Bhadra Purnima, you can gift it to whomever you want. And at least one book for today, one set for today, auspicious day. And it is mentioned that when we do a charity, also in the presence of all the Vaishnavas, so that then what happens? All the Vaishnavas' blessings also we get. So that is something very special, added blessings. So today we are having this online session and so many Vaishnavas are present. If someone wants to come forward, then everyone's blessings and prayers for that devotee. So that is something very, very special. So think about it. If you want to commit before the end of the session, that would be very nice. You can get a lot of blessings. Oh, I want it already. I can see Ramakrishna Prabhu. Am I correct?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. From which place are you?
I'm from Bexley, Mataji.
Bexley. Oh, Jai. You like to have a set of Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhu? Can
Yes,
we see you?
yes.
Is it possible?
Yeah.
If you can come in the screen, we would like, all the devotees would like to pray for you, for your family, and for your advancement. Can we see you?
Yeah, sure, Mataji.
Yes, thank you. Wonderful. Shall we all say 3 big Hari Bols to Ramakrishna Prabhu? Hari Bol!
Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol!
Hi, wonderful. What inspires you to get this set of Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhu, Ramakrishna Prabhu?
I just joined recently, Mataji. I was listening to this. I want this to gift it to my wife and my son.
Jai, wonderful, Prabhu. Really inspiring. Hare Krishna. Shall we all say one time Hare Krishna mantra for the well-being of Ramakrishna Prabhu and his entire family for this very wonderful charity? For thinking, okay, I will take it and, give it to my family. That itself is a great blessing. So shall we all say one time Hare Krishna mantra? Please kindly unmute and give your best prayers.
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Anyone else like
Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Wonderful, Ramapriya Prabhu, thank you. Anyone else would like to? We got the one fortunate devotee who is getting all the blessings for getting the Srimad Bhagavatam set. You are not buying it today itself, but you're pledging, you're committing itself is a lot of blessing. Is there anyone else who fortunate here who want to grab this opportunity? Then you get all the blessings of all the Vaishnavas here.
I will do that, Mataji.
Who is that, Mataji?
Madhu Kolia.
Oh, Madhukolya Mataji, amazing. She's always there. Shall we all say big Hari Bols to Madhukolya Mataji? Hari Bol!
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol! Hari Bol! You want to give it, Mataji?
Thank you, devotees.
Madhukolya Mataji?
Ji.
You want to give it to whom you want to give it to?
Anyone, whoever wants to have it can have it. I just want to sort of give it to anyone who needs it.
Oh, Jai, Hari Bol. That's wonderful. Okay, she will chant Hare Krishna mantra once for Mataji and her entire family for Krishna's blessings on this auspicious Purushottam month. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
At least one more, so we have 3. Ramapriya Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu, you have any question?
No, sorry, my hand raised somehow wrongly.
That's okay, that's okay. No, that's why I asked, is there any question? Okay. Maybe 2 devotees have done, it's auspicious to have 3. So one more, if anyone else willing to, for the Purushottam month, before we conclude. Anyone else would like to give this book as a charity, or your own family itself you want to gift it? Please do raise your hand. It's a lot of blessing. It is available in 2 languages at the moment, English and Gujarati. Anyone else is there for the Srimad Bhagavatam set? It's a book to be in everyone's house, because so much we can learn from that. Just by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, we see that even the consciousness of the people, the family members, changes in a very, very positive way, in a very wonderful way. You see that the whole family is more peaceful just by reading Srimad Bhagavatam. That's the power of Bhagavatam. Keeping Bhagavatam at home and even reading every day, little, even a few verses, even one verse every day together as a family, and just change so much of the mood, in the family. Very powerful. What else there for another one set of Srimad Bhagavatam? Special day, special month, because it's one of the last 5 days, and it's an auspicious charity, very auspicious. Lot of blessings. And you can slowly give, because it's there till next month.